I promise to carry out intelligently and loyally medical instructions given me. I promise that my personal life shall at all times bring credit to my profession. I promise to share in the responsibility of other professions and citizens for promoting health locally, nationally, and internationally. So help me God. Then we do the midwives' prayer. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, and in my actions, let me have fear before my eyes, that I may be careful for both the rich and poor, to do good and not to harm, to save lives and not to destroy. Help my infirmities and imperfections, and grant me skills and judgment, happily to finish every work through Christ our Lord.
I'm a mental health nurse. Our light will shine wherever we are.
I'm a community health nurse. Our light will shine wherever we are.
I am a military midwife. Our light will shine wherever we are.
Thank you. Can we have that for the president?
I'm an ENT nurse. Our light will shine wherever we are.
I'm a pediatric nurse. Our light will shine wherever we are.
I'm a critical care nurse. Our light will shine wherever we are.
Go and labor on. This is what we were trained to do. International Nurses Day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, let's be seated and let the lights be lighted back. Thank you very much. Humbly, I call on Miss Anake Nate, National Council Member and the Regional Secretary for Brong Ahafo Region. Time is running out. Our Vice President has an equally pressing assignment to leave, so we have to be in a hurry. Miss Anake Nate, National Council Member and the Regional Secretary for Brong Ahafo Region, kindly come closer and introduce our special guest of honor to us all. Thank you.
Afternoon. Reverend Dr. Joyce Aryee, Chairperson for this year's International Nurses Day. With your kind permission, I would like to write on existing protocols as I introduce the special guest of honor. It is indeed a privilege to be part of today's history and be tasked to perform this all-important assignment. The distinguished personality holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Economics from Buckingham University, UK, a Master of Science degree in Development Economics from Oxford University, UK, and a PhD in Economics from Simon Fraser University, Canada. Our special guest of honor is the chairman of the Government of Ghana's Economic Management Team, the Ghana Police Service Council, and the Armed Forces Council. He is at the forefront of a broad, inclusive development strategy in Ghana involving, among others, the leveraging of digitized government services to transform the delivery of public services and digitalizing the economy, with an overall objective of building Ghana's digital economy. His efforts have seen the ongoing infusion of technological innovation in everyday Ghanaian life and the rapid growth of the fintech industry in the country. He has held academic positions as Assistant Professor of Economics, Baylor University, USA, as a visiting scholar, University of British Columbia, Canada, and a visiting research associate, Center for the Study of African Economics, Oxford University, UK. He has also served as a visiting professor of economic governance, Central University, Ghana. As an economist and banker, our special guest of honor had a prestigious career which includes serving as the Deputy Governor of Ghana's Central Bank from the year 2006 to 2008 and the resident representative of the African Development Bank in Zimbabwe in the year 2011. He has authored several journal articles and has numerous publications to his credit, including Monetary Policy and Financial Sector Reform in Africa, Ghana's Experience. This extraordinary man has proven to be the most influential vice president in Ghana's history, having championed and led many transformational policies. Madam Chairperson, all protocols duly observed. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor to present a special guest of honor for this August occasion, who is currently the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana and the flag bearer and presidential candidate of the Ghanaian New Patriotic Party for the 2024 general election. His Excellency Alhaji Dr.
Thank you very much. That's one of my favorite songs. So if it had continued, I would have started dancing. Our distinguished chairperson, Dr. Joyce Rosalind Aryee, our president of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Chief Director, Ministry of Health, our acting registrar, Nursing and Midwifery Council, and Director of the Ghana College of Nursing and Midwives, past presidents of the Ghana Registered Nursing and Midwives Association, as well as executives, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the honor done me to share this very important day with you. We are here to commemorate this day as a sign of appreciation to you and respect for you for the many sacrifices you have made and continue to make to save lives. I am currently engaged on a campaign tour in the northern part of Ghana. And to honor this invitation, I had to fly in this morning to be here. And immediately after this, by 1 o'clock, I'm going to be on a flight back to Tamale to get to Tatale this afternoon. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, nurses and midwives are essential to providing health care to individuals of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life. They are at the forefront of health care systems, working tirelessly to ensure health and well-being of individuals and communities. The recent pandemics we experience, both in the country, where Ghanaian nurses and midwives gallantly fought and warded off the infection, was phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Again, outside Ghana, during the Ebola outbreak in the sub-region, you proved your mettle and dedication towards humanity by fighting the deadly disease in some sister West African countries. As Vice President, I am privileged to speak to you on this important occasion dedicated to honoring nurses and midwives' hard work, devotion, and commitment globally. The theme for this year's International Day of Nurses and Midwives, which is Nurses and Midwives, Our Future, the Economic Power of Care, underscores the crucial and fundamental role this cadre of healthcare professionals play in promoting positive health outcomes and contributing to the economic growth of our dear country. Nurses and midwives are not just health care providers. They are highly skilled professionals who offer evidence-based care to patients and families. Their expertise, empathy, and dedication help enhance health outcomes. However, healthcare expenses and lower healthcare expenses and improve the overall well-being of individuals and communities. If you return home safely to join your family after hospitalization, thank the nurse and midwife. In Ghana, nurses and midwives are the foundation of our healthcare system, delivering vital services to those in need in hospitals, clinics, and communities. They serve as the first line of assistance for patients, offering care, guidance, and treatment. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't really value a nurse until you are really sick and you are in hospital, or your child is sick, or your wife is giving birth and you are going crazy. You hope everything goes okay. My sister was a nurse, is a nurse, retired, principal nurse. She retired from Kolebu. And so I really appreciate all the challenges and everything that she went throughout her career. Ladies and gentlemen, as a government, our commitment to healthcare in this country, I believe, is unquestionable. We have tried to bring in interventions that will help our nurses, doctors, midwives, and so on. You saw the implementation of one constituency, one ambulance to revive the National Ambulance Service. Our interventions during the COVID-19 pandemic to support nurses, doctors, and midwives. I'm surprised to learn from the President today that we still owe some allowances. So when I get back, I'm going to question that issue and we'll see on that. You've seen that we've introduced medical drones to support nurses and doctors, 6 drone centers in Ghana, and they are delivering daily medicines, blood, vaccines, all of that to 2,800 health facilities in Ghana. And that is very significant, helping to save lives. Of course, we have introduced digitalization to help people register for national health insurance and renew national health insurance on their mobile phone. We have also networking all the hospitals so that data of patients is available across. So far, we have completed the networking of the teaching hospitals, the regional hospitals, and the district hospitals, so that when you are transferred from Wa to Kumasi or Kolebu today, you don't need to carry your folder. Bring your ID number and all your data can be seen at Kolebu. And that helps. You see the patient's history and you can help save lives. You know the medications they've been on and so on. We finished over 300 hospitals in the networking, but the goal is to complete all hospitals by the end of next year. And that will really be major for Ghana. It is possible. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've also embarked on Agenda 111, and as Vice President, I'm dedicated to supporting the work of our nurses and midwives, especially with the coming on stream of the Agenda 111 state-of-the-art facilities. It is essential to invest in their education, training, and professional growth to ensure they have the necessary skills and resources to provide exceptional care, as Professor Ampofo was just talking about. It is recognizing and rewarding their hard work, commitment, and impact on healthcare and society is equally important. Ladies and gentlemen, as the President herself mentioned, and I have confirmed with the Ministry of Finance, steps are being taken to clear the backlog of unemployed nurses and midwives within the shortest possible time. By August, the clearance will be granted, I am told, for the hiring, the recruitment of that. Notwithstanding the backlog, however, let me put on record that our government has provided the highest number of employments to our nurses, unprecedented in our history. So far, we've recruited over 100,000 nurses in this government, and still counting. But of course, there's more to be done. With Agenda 111 coming on stream, there will be room to post a lot more nurses around. I wish to assure our nursing trainees also, because whenever I go, they say Alawa has not yet dropped. And so I engaged the Ministry of Finance, and the minister has in fact sent me the evidence that by Thursday, this Thursday, the controller is transferring 177 million Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Health to pay the nursing training allowances. So I have also alerted Dr. Okoboy to be on standby. When the money hits the Ministry of Health account, they should move it quickly to the accounts of the nursing trainees so that they will have their alawa. It will drop by the grace of God. So we are very, very interested as far as welfare is concerned of our nurses. One of the areas I think that Madam President mentioned was the car import duty waivers that nurses and midwives used to enjoy. Unfortunately, as you said, it was abused. That was the reason, I understand, that it was cancelled. But I believe that we are in a new era. We are in an era of digitalization. We are in an era where we can stop abuse because we can track everybody. We have stopped abuse in controller database. No more ghost workers in Ghana, because we are requiring that every worker be identified by the Ghana card and their fingerprints. And since no ghosts don't have fingerprints, they've all run away. So that was a problem that we use digitalization to solve. And we are saving hundreds of millions, over 700 million Ghana cedis as a result of taking away the ghost workers. So if we can do that, we can make sure, and that's why I'm interested in this discussion, we can also make sure that the incentives that we provided nurses and midwives in terms of waivers of import duties, once we engage, we can put in place the systems to make sure they are not abused. And I've already made this, and I'm very, very happy to do so. Another couple of areas that I think that it's worth talking about as far as the future of our country and the future of workers are concerned. Madam President was talking about migration to other countries. You know, when you look at our welfare, the welfare of our workers in Ghana versus the welfare of workers in the more advanced countries. If they pay you, 1,000 cedis in Ghana, you are stuck with 1,000 cedis. If they pay you $1,000 in Canada, you are able to spend $10,000. So your consumption possibilities increase. But why are they able to spend much more than their income? Because of credit. They have a credit system that works. Everybody is uniquely identified over there. Everybody has a credit score. And so a bank or any institution, a seller of furniture or TVs or whatever, can tell your credit score and whether to give you credit or not. In Ghana, we cannot tell the credit score of anybody. So we are all lumped together as bad credit because people go and borrow and they don't come back. So we are all paying for it. We pay high interest rates if we get the credit, but most of us don't get the credit at all. And this is why I have been very determined to change this situation for Ghana. Because if we don't have the system that allows us to develop a credit system, workers will always have a problem. The paycheck will not travel far. It wouldn't get to the end of the month before it is finished. And so we have to bring in a credit system. And we are actually very close now. And this is why we had to bring in the Ghana card to uniquely identify everybody. Without that, you cannot get credit scoring. We now know where everybody lives. We brought the digital address system. Everybody has a bank account. Even if you have a mobile money account, it works like a bank account because we've done mobile money interoperability between the bank account and the Momo account. By the way, we are the only country in Africa that has been able to do this. The only country that has been, and this is why Ghana is #1 in Africa in terms of access to financial inclusion. #1, the whole of Africa. So now that we've put some of these measures in place, Ghana is now ready, and we will be the second country in sub-Saharan Africa to have a credit scoring system this year. This year. It is going to be very exciting because every individual, every one of us, you will go and be able to see what is my credit score. And then lenders will be able to lend to you based on. So we are going to begin to see the evolution of a credit system. And bad borrowers will get higher interest rates. Good borrowers will get lower interest rates. So if you pay your bills regularly and pay your loans, you get better credit and all of that. But we are going to change the system because the absence of a credit system makes workers suffer, because you are only stuck to what you are paid, and then you go borrowing very quickly. And that is a major thing. Another thing that I am going to be trying to bring in is to extend digitalization to our land matters. Land disputes are a major problem for workers, because when you start working, you want to build a house or you want to buy a car or something. But the house matter is a big matter for all of us. Now, people sell land, and you don't know that they don't actually own the land, but you buy the land from them. You go and start developing, and some land guards appear there and kick you off the land. Meanwhile, you've already paid for it. And therefore, our land is virtually absent in our economic discourse. In all these advanced countries that we are migrating to, land titling and registration is not even in question. And so you have mortgage markets developing, because when the bank lends you money to build a house, they will take the mortgage on the land. But if you are not confident as a bank that the land actually belongs to the borrower, you will not lend to them. And enforcing that collateral becomes difficult, because there's so much dispute in the court system. So I want us to digitalize all the land titling and registration processes in Ghana. We are going to start with the mapping and do it. And that will make sure that on your mobile phone, if somebody wants to sell you a land, put the coordinates there and it will tell you who actually owns that land. On your mobile phone. Don't go and say, I'm going to land registry to do a search. Do the search right on your mobile phone. And we are going to be able to do this across. And that will save a lot of land disputes and give us peace of mind when we are buying land to build. This is what makes the systems abroad work, and therefore makes it better to work in those systems. And this is what we are going to do to also help workers. The third thing I'm trying to bring about to change our economy and the way we do business is to change the tax system. The tax system we've inherited since independence is a complicated tax system, and it's one that is not working for a lot of businesses. Many businesses face tax bills from GRA, and they cannot even understand how to calculate how they arrived at those tax bills. And so I've been studying tax competitiveness for a couple of years now. And I found out, of course, that the most tax competitive country in the world is Estonia. Estonia. Number one for the last 10 years in a row, the most tax competitive country in the world. So I took a team and we went to Estonia, including GRA and a few other places. And we went to Estonia to study their system. When I came back, I was very convinced. Their system is a flat rate tax system. It's like the way you pay your tithe in church. If it's 10%, it's 10%. Everybody knows how much it is. Every business can calculate their tax liability. And that makes it easy to comply and easy to enforce. So I want us to move for businesses and individuals towards a flat rate tax system. And that means we need to all be able to start this in 2025. Recently, I was at the Vatican to visit with the Pope, His Holiness Pope Francis. And when we finished the meeting, Cardinal Texin took me around the Basilica to show me and the Basilica and there was some work going on. And I said to Cardinal Texin, what is going on here? And Cardinal Texin said to me that They are preparing for the Jubilee year in 2025. And the 2025 would be a Jubilee year. That is a year of forgiveness. Then I said to him, I also want to do some forgiveness in 2025. We are declaring a tax amnesty in Ghana in 2025. A tax amnesty for businesses and individuals, so that we are all going to start from a clean slate. From a clean slate. So we all start knowing that we are starting with a flat rate tax system. So we are starting with a clean slate in 2025. Nobody has any problem with GRA going forward. You will have your flat tax and you know how much it is. The second change I want to bring is in the import duty regime. The import duty regime, again, is a bit complex. And sometimes when you import goods, at the time you import it, you think you are paying 1,000 cedis. When it arrives, they'll give you a bill for 1,500. And that impacts on our pricing in the markets. Because when the duties go up, and the market women and men also increase the price. The traders increase the prices in the market. And so there are two things I want to bring. First of all, I want to bring flat rate duty at the port in cities. Flat rate duty in cities to make it very easy for everybody to understand, so that there is little kululu about the calculation of your duty. So if you are bringing in spare parts and you have a 40-foot container, we know a flat rate for the spare parts, 40-foot. So this is what you will know before you import, that this is what you pay. The same thing for 20-foot container, you know. If it is rice, we know that for a 40-foot container, this is what you pay, and so on. We want it to be simple so that there is easy compliance. The next thing that I want to do is, you know, right now, there's a lot of circumvention of Tema Port towards Lomé. Right? People are circumventing Tema Port and bringing in goods into Ghana through Lomé. They will then smuggle it into Ghana. Now, when they don't bring it into Ghana through Tema, it means we are losing revenue, isn't it? So our major competitor is the Lomé port. So to stop all of that smuggling through Lomé, we are bringing in, I'm going to bring in a new policy, which is going to align import duty in Ghana to the import duty in Lomé, so that we will not charge any import duty higher than the import duty in Lomé, and therefore we take away any incentive to smuggle through Lomé into Ghana, and at the same time bring in more duties for Ghana. So I believe some of these things that I'm talking about will really help all of us, will bring down cost of living and improve welfare. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on this International Day of Nurses and Midwives, let us applaud the phenomenal contributions of these remarkable healthcare professionals. They represent the future of healthcare, and their economic power of care is invaluable to our society. Together, let us stand by, empower, and express our gratitude for their tireless efforts. But they must not wait to get to heaven before they are rewarded. And so let us work together between government and all of you to make sure that you get the appropriate rewards for the sacrifices that you make for all of us every day. Thank you so much for your attention. Long live Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. Long live Ghana. Thank you for your attention, and God bless you.
Shall we please? Thank you. Thank you very much, His Excellency the Vice President. Thank you. Please, shall we put our hands together once again? Thank you. Thank you very much. At least some of the questions that you asked, some answers have been given. The one that I heard the loudest, the "it is possible" came when you talked about the vehicle tax waiver. Vehicle tax waiver will be implemented. It is. Thank you. Before the end of the year, it is fantastic. Thank you very much. We're going to have a presentation right now. The President of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Madam Perpetual Foriampofo, would do the presentation to His Excellency the Vice President. Thank you.
Your Excellency, we really, really appreciate you coming here today and would want to just do this small presentation to you as a show of appreciation. So I would kindly request that you step forward so that I can do it. Thank you.
Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this possible? Please, let's put our hands together. Thank you. Thank you so much. His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Bawumia, quick one. The Vice President will take leave of us right after this photograph, this group photograph. So, just to ask permission for on behalf of the Vice President, as he indicated earlier, he will have to return to the campaign trail, which is also an equally important event. Ahead of election 2024, he had to fly down from Tamale to attend this all-important event. So, right after this, the Vice President will be taking leave of us, but the program continues. Thank you very much. And please, while we all want to be in the picture, let's maintain some orderliness. And thank you. Let's maintain some orderliness while we do that. Thank you very